What is going on, everybody on YouTube? Max Rock here with a brand new video, and this is going to be the full review of the LG Tribute Dynasty. Now with the LG Tribute Dynasty here, we can go around the actual body of the phone here. Has a micro USB charging port, has a 3.5mm headphone jack, has a microphone on the bottom as well. On the top you have a microphone which is noise cancelling, and on the back here you see that you got a 8-megapixel camera, LED flash, and a power button. It's not a fingerprint scanner, so don't get that confused. LG branding. They also have your speaker on the back of the phone. On the left side of the device you have your volume up and down keys. The front of the phone you see that you got a 5-megapixel camera, and the screen itself is 5 inches. It's a 720p display, and the battery is 2,500 milliamp hours. I believe you're running a MediaTek 6750. It's octa-core clocked at 1.51 gigahertz. You have 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage. It also has a micro SD card slot for expandable memory. You're running Android 7.1.2. The first thing I want to talk about here is I haven't had the phone activated on Boost Mobile. So as far as making calls, sending text messages, using the network, the data network, anything like that of that nature, I won't be able to review that. As far as the performance of the phone, everyday things like audio from it, browsing the internet, using applications, storing things, transferring items from internal to SD card, I can tell you all about that pretty much. Battery life, things like that. The screen itself is pretty good. It looks really good when you're not underneath sunlight. Turns out if you're under sunlight there, if you're outside, you got it on full brightness, you crank it up to full, to the max, it's not going to be the best experience. It's going to be kind of hard to see the screen, which is kind of upsetting, but whatever. These are some of the best budget cameras I've seen because it actually record really good footage, and it's not grainy like some of the more expensive budget phones. It's just kind of interesting. Taking pictures is decent as well. If you want any more details or any more evidence or proof how good the cameras are, just go ahead and watch the camera review I did on my channel for the LG Tribute Dynasty. You'll probably like that. When it comes to opening applications, you never really get too much lag. And the reason I say you never really get too much lag, because some applications, it's not really that they can't open. It's just for some particular reason. It may be an optimization issue, but it's just for some particular reason, you won't be able to complete a task. And I'll get further into that in a later part of the video here. But as far as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those applications that you use on an everyday basis, like people like me here, those work perfectly fine. When it comes to YouTube playback, that works as well. Basically, got it on max volume. I'm not using an external microphone. I'm recording this on G5+.
Without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Oh, by the way, I'm being petty with the Samsung Galaxy J.
Alright. And like I said, the max resolution on the phone is 720p. So you see 720p. Playback with YouTube and all that, it's really good. No complaints about it. The fact that it's running 7.1.2 is kind of a good thing, because I feel like the later the software version, the fewer the bugs you may have on your phone. So for example, it may be something as small as not experiencing any lag when you first use the phone. Like for me, when I first got the phone out the box and I put all my information in it, downloading all the applications that I usually have on most of my phones for Android, I didn't have any lag when it came to using the phone like regular. Like everything was being installed in the background, but I was scrolling through the home screens, no problem. I was able to sign into accounts while applications were being installed, no problem. It was kind of a refreshing experience, because that usually doesn't happen when you're using a phone fresh out the box. The battery life on this phone isn't terrible, and I say it isn't terrible because you got to factor in that, yeah, the battery itself isn't that big, but also the screen isn't pushing that many pixels as well. So I was able to get, I was able to get 1 hour 53 minutes with 67% battery life. So if you do the math, that's roughly 4.5 to 5 hours of screen on time that you'll get with the same amount of usage I was doing towards the device. So that isn't terrible. With Geekbench here, I was able to get a single core score of 598 and a multi-core score of 2,238. Now, I always had a complaint about Geekbench scores when it comes to MediaTek devices. Are they really that much slower than Snapdragon processors? That's why I say don't put too much stock into these scores here, because you get scores and you get numbers from a CPU that's clocked slower than the CPU that's higher than it. I don't know how that happens, but it's whatever. Now, a 2.2 benchmark, I can't really give you that information because the 2.2, for some reason, as I was referring to earlier, when you use the application, it will be stuck on 0%. So it'll get to a certain part of the application, you know, where it's testing and everything, and then it has a point where it tests a few more things on the device, and what will happen is it'll get stuck on 0%. So let me show you this here. As you can see, this is what I'm referring to. It says the test may take you a few minutes. CPU, memory, CPU, and UX. And basically, it will stay there the entire time. The entire time. You know, you can imagine you don't want to wait there forever for that to complete. As far as everything else goes, if you plug in headphones into the device, the music playback would be pretty good. Now, one issue that I did have with this phone here is I have a subscription to Tidal, but when it comes to using Tidal for some particular reason, what happens is it tells me that I can't use it. In order to activate your trial, you need to grant permission to read your phone state so we can complete your registration. I granted all permission that Tidal has asked for in the settings, and it's giving me issues. And I have a Tidal account, so that kind of made me upset there. If you have Tidal, it may not work on this phone, which is BS. Yeah, it's a pretty cool phone. So if you have Boost Mobile, I would say give this phone a check out, or give this phone a chance. Not a check out. Give this phone a chance because it's inexpensive. The price point I get is that cameras perform decently. You get a headphone jack, you get a micro SD card slot for external memory, you get an HD display, you get a later version of Android that's, you know, a budget phone 7.1.2, which is pretty nice. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything you want to see specific with this device here in the future, let me know. This has been the full review of the LG Tribute Dynasty. So I want to say thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you can get every single video that comes to the channel. But until then, my name is Maxi Rock, and you have a good day. Deuces.